Welcome to the newest edition of Angel Grove Radio, the podcast that fills you in once a month, every month, on everything Tokusatsu. My name is Hawkilles. We got 4, including myself, new hosts here for this new podcast that we wanted to start in 2026. So let's just go around the table this way and introduce everybody.
Hi guys, my name is Jimmy, and I'm a geek, and I like Tokusatsu.
And I'm Will, and I'm a geek as well, and I love Tokusatsu so much.
And I'm Colin. I am a fake Power Rangers fan and a professional black person.
You get paid? You get paid to be a black person?
That's his
Not
job.
enough.
Not enough. Never enough.
It's enough to keep me coming back, but not enough for me to leave,
No,
unfortunately.
do you get hazard pay?
Every day.
To my survivors.
Yeah.
To my survivors, yes.
All right.
It's the diversity of the podcast.
Yes.
We needed one of everybody.
Yes.
We even have a token het in Jimmy.
It's true.
Yeah.
This is like one of the few podcasts out there where the gay people outnumber the straight people.
Yes.
That's fun.
Well,
I'm surrounded.
0.5, okay?
Yeah. It's still a higher fraction.
Only
okay?
half gay on your mother's
exactly.
side.
On your mother's side.
This is a Tokusatsu podcast where we all just decided to come together and talk about shit we like, the news of the month, what we think about it and everything. And starting out the new year, there's no bigger news right now than Project Red, Super Space Sheriff Gavan Infinity, which we don't have to say the whole name a million times if we don't want to.
We're just saying Gavin.
We'll just say Gavan.
I actually insist on just saying Super Space Sheriff Gavan Infinity because we don't want to confuse it with the other Gavin.
Yeah, with the
series,
other
you know?
Gavins, yes. Of course.
So if you aren't watching this in 1984 when the original Gavan came out, we could just call it regular Gavan.
Yes.
What do you guys think? We had the official announcement on the 25th,
Yep.
a few days ago now. For those of you that are watching this in January, we're recording this, what is it, the 28th?
Yeah.
Yeah, December 28th, so we're not too far off.
Yeah.
How's everyone feeling with everything you saw throughout the past month?
I'm loving what we've got so far. The suits look incredible. I've never been the biggest fan of Gavin's helmet design, so getting this renewed one, at least to me, it most resembles one of my favorite helmet designs, and I know one of your favorite designs, Boken Red's helmets. And they look good. Dig the armored look. It's Will had pointed out like the difference, like some of the shots where they had them in the studio and they looked super shiny and super glossy, but the live ones
Oh yeah,
looked...
depending on like what setting they're in, like on a white background or on a black background, these suits look completely different. I mean, I think they look a lot better on a black background, personally. I think it's mostly because of the light, the way they catch light.
Yeah,
So-
I don't think we'll be getting too much of the super shiny, glossy look forever. If it's anything like the old Metal Hero series, those long shots with the stunt suits are probably gonna.
Oh yeah, if they're falling off a building, they're not using
like
the
super
glossy
felty.
suits. Yeah.
Made of foam. I really dig everything I've seen so far. I've learned that I just like space-themed things. So like Power Rangers in space, Fierce season of Power Rangers, Lost Galaxy is up there
Is
as
it?
well. Just a little bit.
Are you wearing just
Yeah.
I
the
wasn't
space
sure.
jacket, the Zap Astro Megazord shirt?
Shout out to K20 Customs for these patches. I love, like, Q Ranger is my favorite season of Sentai. So I just like space-themed things. I love Kamen Rider Forze for that reason. So I know. But I dig everything I see so far. Like, I'm really excited because it's going to be really cool. I also like this designs a lot. I like the armored look. I don't know. I just like everything I see, and I'm super excited for it.
I think I'm on Will's side where I think they look better in a certain light. Like that first teaser, Gold looks incredible. And then the new teaser, Gold looks flatter than the rest of them. So I'm interested to see if they go the King Oger route and do like most of it's on green screen because it's so in space and everything. And we're going to see less of the, earthy backgrounds and stuff. Because if they do it all on green screen, then they can throw every light they want and make every suit just the most metallic thing possible. But I do think, I don't know, we've seen these leaked shots of that trailer when they were shooting it, and they aren't using the metallic suit
Yeah.
For some of them, it's already like the red one specifically is already pretty flat.
Right.
In those
and
pictures.
I mean, like either way, I mean, like the suits look good enough that whether they're chrome or not, really, they look fine to me.
Yeah.
So like I'm a fan of all of it.
Yeah,
So,
I'm not the biggest Boken Red fan. The biggest Boken Red.
I think Hartford fan.
That's my
Overdrive
clanker.
supremacy.
That's my clanker right there.
Right,
Not with the ER.
Yeah. That's my
ER.
clanker. I hate that suit, really. And even the helmet. For some reason, the Gavan helmet doesn't bother me as much. And I think it's because the other two are doing the exact same thing, in their own stylistic way. Mm-hmm. The rest of the suit, I think everything from the head to the waist is great. And then once you get below the waist, it's my problem with most Toku suits where it's like, you kind of give up because you can't armor it up too much. You need movement and everything.
Right.
The back of them especially is kind of bare.
Right.
It's one of those things where I look at it and I'm like, those are going to be good shots right there. Mm-hmm. But when you're on the long shots, it's like, okay, well those are feet, those are legs.
Yeah.
Nothing much else to say about it, But I do love all the suits. I think from getting leaks, a month and a half ago, to now, they've grown on me a lot.
Yeah.
Especially the mecha thing, the changer.
Yeah.
That turns into the mecha and also the spaceship.
Yeah. So, okay. So, Jim, you have mentioned that Q Ranger's one of your favorite Sentai series. And I got to admit, it's such a petty thing. When Q Ranger was initially announced and it was just leaks about what their vehicles were going to be like, the leaks had mentioned that they were going to be Voyagers, and I'm thinking, okay, it's a spaceship. We're getting a bunch of spaceships, getting space theme season, and then when we actually get the actual Voyagers, they're just like these animal-looking block things, and I didn't really love them. Like the Q-Tama design was cool. But I saw the trailer for Gavan, and I'm like, this is what Voyager should be. Like, these are, like, his, like, the individual ships that we saw so far. I'm like, that is what I was thinking when we were getting Voyager's spaceships.
Yeah. Well, going back to the Changer also being the mecha, I don't know how I feel about that, because it's usually when they do that, they sacrifice something in the design, and it overall isn't a great toy. I think in the show it'll be fine, but I think because I like giant robots, I'm likely gonna buy it. I don't know if I'm gonna like the toy as much, because like I've held the Tegazord.
I was gonna say we could say names here. The
Yeah,
Tegazord is a bad toy.
Yeah,
Tegazord's a bad toy.
Tegazord's an awful toy.
Tegazord was a respectable experimental toy, not a great final design.
No, I don't know. It just I feel like they're gonna sacrifice something to make the toy work, and I think the toy's gonna suffer. And hopefully, I'm proven wrong. Hopefully, it's the best toy that they've ever produced. I doubt it.
I got to look at those gimmicks of the batteries, at least because so far we've got the Joy one, the Rage one, and
the Judenchi.
Yeah, they're basically
The Dino Chargers.
Judenchi.
Yeah.
But I mean, low key, that's. Don't shade the Dino Chargers like that. The Dino Chargers are cool. The ones we're going to be getting for Gavan, they kind of look like what were the ones for builds?
Full bottles?
Yeah,
Full bottles.
Just like not as detailed.
They reminded me of something out of Ultraman.
Yeah,
They look like the Jeed.
Yeah, that's what I was
thing.
thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was
from the
thinking
Jeed
when I saw
Riser.
them.
Yeah.
I will be more pessimistic about this than the rest of the show. I think, because we were talking about the Tegazord, and the Tegazord sucks, it has two forms.
Yeah.
This one tries to do one more form than that.
Yeah.
The spaceship, I think, looks beautiful.
Yeah.
The Changer looks kind of dog. The mecha looks fine. I think the way the mecha works, don't quote me on this, because by the time this comes out, we'll be closer and everyone will probably know.
Yeah.
But I think the way the mecha works is that the battery full bottle thing becomes the face of it.
Yeah,
Like you stick it in the top.
that's
back
Which we've
panel.
seen. We've seen
with
in
the Dino, the T-Rex Champion Zord.
Yeah.
Oh, so like
and-
Judenchi then. Like Judenchi then.
Judenchi didn't really.
Not from
form
Real Soldier.
head.
The Real Soldier.
Real
the
Soldier.
keys.
Gotcha.
The keys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dino keys.
Yeah.
Fake fan right here.
Just a heads up. Just a heads up, because I love to be. I just still love to start shit. I will use the names of these gimmicks and toys interchangeably. I will say Megazords and Mechs
Yeah,
in the
if
same
you're-
sentence.
If you're not a fan of that, click off now.
Keep watching. Exposure therapy to make you not. They make things a big deal. I love messing up the names, like the CSM or Memorial. I'll call it the Legacy Collection. Like, oh yeah, here's my Legacy Collection Beetle Borgs. Beetle Bonder.
Here's my legacy Samuraizer, and it's the Memorial
Yeah.
Shadowphone.
My YouTube comments going insane right now. They're like, no, that's not what it is.
I mean, totally what it is.
The Shadowphone in its folding method did show up in Power Ranger Samurai. Lauren did use it, so
And arguably that's the better version of it too. The folding version of it, which is something. It's so much funner to play with. I don't know why we got rid of it. I know why we got rid of it. Money, but
I still no. Like I do. Samurai's toy line, I could have. I think that really did hurt a lot of my enjoyment for it, because, like, we got the origami are some of my favorite bots in either like any Toku really. And then when we didn't get them, especially the Dragon Zord, got hit the hardest, because it's supposed to like extend out to this flat long dragon, and the Samurai Megazord version, it just unfolds, and it's so basic.
For what it's worth, they sold the Japanese version at Toys R Us.
The Nihon edition. I did.
So-
I
I
did
did
pay
get
that. At the very least,
almost
you had that.
$200 for the Nihon edition of that.
At the very least, you had that. I mean,
not the Gosei Great one though, because
American Dino Keys are ass. That's my
yeah, I
my
mean,
conversation to this
American Ranger
conversation.
keys.
I mean,
American Ranger keys aren't my favorites either.
Dude, somebody gave
flip
me
up.
hot
They flip
takes
up.
on Angel Grove Radio here.
somebody
American
gave
Dino
me
Keys suck.
Yeah, somebody gave me a bag of like just random assortment. They're like, "Hey, I have Power Ranger shit from when I was a kid that I bought off eBay. Do you want it?" I was like, "Sure." And I open it up, and he has like American Ranger keys and Japanese Ranger keys. That was the first time I've seen them close up, like together, and I'm like, man, we do suck. Yeah, this makes sense.
now the American versions, they flipped up automatically. Like
That
in the
is-
show.
Yeah,
the Japanese versions don't do that unless they have a button.
Unless
But they
like
were
the special
bigger, right?
edition. They were
Yeah, they're bigger,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean they're better, because like I'll use
I appreciated the function of the American keys more.
having the spring-loaded
and
gimmick.
some of the helmets on the American keys look better.
Yeah.
So I do wish, I really do wish, because we saw scans for them. There were like American versions of the Die Ranger keys, but I really it's been 13 years now. It's so petty to still hold on to this, but like why didn't we just like get like special releases of Titanium and Spirit Rangers for the American keys?
We got titanium.
We got
Oh,
titanium.
we did
Twice.
get Titanium. We didn't get but we didn't get the Spirit Ranger.
Yeah,
keys.
the
Yeah, no,
Spirit
that we
Rangers
did not
were
get.
yeah.
No.
the only ones they didn't do. Because like once they decided they were gonna do them all, they did them all.
Yeah.
And they did them in a very convoluted way.
Yeah. So I will give them props on completing most of the teams, but they could have done it faster.
Yeah.
Because we got like what?
I mean, and
5
they did it better
MMPR
than
waves?
Japan did, because Japan's problem was a lot of the keys were Gashapon releases.
Yeah, they'll have stickers instead of paint.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I
So
have.
there was that factor.
Like I've definitely got a whole box full of Ranger keys, or the torso stickers are peeling off. I'm like, you got to be very delicate when you super glue them on, because
especially because they're like really valuable Japanese collectibles. And if you do anything to them,
Make
like,
sure you have the boxes.
Make sure you keep the boxes.
Keep the boxes
and
forever.
If you have boxes for any of this shit, never give it to this guy.
This might
Do
seem
it.
blasphemous, but I have the Gokaiger like treasure chest, and it's filled with the American keys.
Well, I mean,
So you have,
they feel better. They
so
feel
you
better.
have the Super Mega Force treasure chest then.
Yes.
The super mega chest.
The super mega chest.
Troy would be very proud.
not
Yeah.
ultra,
Not
super
super
mega.
mega.
Troy would not be proud. We have water bottles on the table, and we're not smacking them around.
I know. He'd be very disappointed.
Oh wait, I had it up, and it's a thought. I
Oh,
had
yeah, back
about,
to
like,
Gavan.
Switching back
Yeah.
to
Yes,
Gavan.
yes,
Back
please.
to Gavan real quick. One thing I really do dig about the suit is it's interesting. So the cuffs and boots have this like faded, like metallic look to
I
them.
mean, like the
It's called the
gradient?
gradient.
Yes, the
Will
gradient.
hates
Will hates
Will
gradients.
hates gradients.
I like the gradient.
No, I love gradients. I hate when people call it an ombre.
An
That's no.
because it's also an interesting thing. So my personal design philosophy with the suits, with Sentai suits, I always prefer it when the gloves and the boots match the Rangers' colors. So like Time Force, Dino Thunder, all do that. It's like I like to have that nice solid. If you got a Red Ranger, it's a solid Red Ranger look. And I'm not the biggest fan when they do white boots. Like they can be nice. Like the Lightspeed ones will have the have that like gold band around them, and it's like okay, it gives them a much more official look to them. But for whatever reason, the Space/Mega Ranger ones, it's just a white boots and gloves. There's no like...
Yeah, they didn't put any like trimming on the edge.
Yeah, and it just kind of makes it look like a sock.
I didn't realize this was a thing, but I am opposite of you on this. I think I like white boots.
I do like the white gloves and the white boots as well.
It's like the most minuscule thing I've never thought of, and now I'm thinking about it. I was like, I really dig the white boots and white gloves.
I get that it can like break up the colors of the suit just fine, and like I said, with the gradient here on Gavan Infinity, it kind of homages that just a bit. But I've talked Will's ear off about this.
I already know where you're going.
You know exactly where I'm going with this.
Yeah, this is a new talking point.
Ninja Steel.
Yeah,
the Ninja Steel suits would have been perfect top tier suits for me if it weren't for the fact that they have these horrible white boots. There's no other white on those suits except for the boots.
Yeah, it really is kind of jarring when you like think about it, because like the gloves and like the entire top half of the suits are good, and then the boots is where they're like white.
Would you like black boots?
I would have preferred, again, boots that match their colors. But black boots could have worked too because they have
the
black.
sash.
Yeah, they have the sash.
sash,
They have the black gloves. But also the reason I prefer it if it was like their solid color is because the one suit where it works out is Shira Ninja, and like she has the white boots, but she has a fully white suit, so it just looks a lot cleaner. And then you look at Momo Ninja, pink suit, and then these white thigh-high boots that just clash with everything else.
Who is Momo Ninja in Ninja Steel?
Sarah.
That's when you're like, I'm going to use the words interchangeably, and you said Ninja Steel. I was like, I know that one. And then you started naming the Ninja names.
Ninja
like,
Steel
don't know these ones. Never mind.
Ninja Steel Pink. Yeah, that's just. But yeah, so like, but with Gavan, I do like it's kind of homaging there with the. Like you have the not white but just like silver chrome.
Yeah, I
cuffs
didn't
and
think
boots.
about it in like that gradient being used as a way to break up the colors, like the gloves and boots. But I guess that makes more sense.
It's weird to me in Bushido's suit.
Bushido, he should be blue.
Yeah.
Like that's just
the
going to be
silver
my...
to the blue is such a weird
Yeah,
transition.
it's a very
I don't
weird
mind it
choice.
so much in Gavin's.
Yeah, Bushido should
Or
be blue.
Infinity's.
But then if they did that with him, if they did like the inverse of it, where like he's blue and it gradients into silver, then gold would stand out because she wouldn't have that because she has like the orange bit going on.
I think it's a little too subtle on golds.
I'm with you on that because I didn't even realize it until it was on stream and people started pointing it out.
Yeah.
I was like, as a colorblind person, it's harder anyways. But,
Dylan said, I don't see color.
Yeah. These are all the main
Would you
Gavins to
hold
me.
a black person's hand? Yeah, look at
Look at
this.
that.
Racial
Yeah.
unity.
Wow.
I'm Puerto Rican, okay? I don't think my uncle Bad Bunny would like how you guys are talking very much, okay?
Bad Bunny.
But no, like on hers, because I'm not the only ones, you guys said it too, like it's too small of a detail on hers to really matter, whereas I feel on Bushido's, it's way too big of a detail.
Right, yeah. Like, I didn't really notice what they were doing with the gradient until just now when Colin started talking about it. So it's like one of those things you don't really like think about. So I can't imagine the average Toku person seeing all this on social media and then like being able to, discern what it all means. But,
Yeah, the new scans that came out too, Gavin has the auxiliary mecha also attached to Infinity himself. So that silver part then becomes, the crane or the laser and all that stuff.
Okay, gotcha.
Do you think we're gonna get a Space Sheriff Gavan Forze crossover?
You mean Power Rider?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I do remember
Power Rider Forze.
yeah, Power Rider Forza.
Coming up after an all-new Yu-Gi-Oh! On CW for kids.
I think I think this is the first time I've said this. I don't think that Gavan is as much of a relaunch as we were sold originally.
Mm-hmm.
I think with this multiverse thing, it's going to be far closer to the rebrand of Sentai that we were hearing about than it is, its own.
I mean, like
thing.
they
Universe
made that,
heroes,
yeah,
right?
they kind of made that very apparent. I mean, just with the teaser trailers, honestly, they're just like, hey, here's 3 heroes, and look, giant robots.
Yeah.
It's like, you want to make sure you guys know about that.
And crucially, their weapons, like Bushido's sword, is what is it? The one from
Oh, the
Dawn
blade
Brothers.
from Dawn Brothers.
Yes. Which I'm curious to see how it's going to go. If these are just like these weapons there's gonna be more homages to past weapons. I think there was another one, but like all of the main 3 of like Gavan, Bushido, and Gold do reference like Gavan's helmet.
Well, I think
like
Bushido uses the base armor of like the Dawn Brothers suits.
Yeah.
And they just kind of like added bits to it.
Yeah, Momotaro's.
Yeah.
Gold's Gold's kind of I was getting like at first I thought it was like Gold Range, like Zeo Gold, but I'm like, that's not it exactly.
It's very Geo-Oma form.
Yeah, Alma
Yeah.
Farm is what I was thinking when I saw it.
I'm saying I think that I'm willing to bet we see Gavan go to a dimension where a Sentai that we've seen is within the first 5
As
episodes.
soon as they said dimension hopping, I'm like, oh, okay, so they're not really like leaving Sentai.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're those suits are still gonna be in the Toei freezer, and they're gonna bust them out like every 10, 15 episodes.
Yeah, that's
for-
what I'm thinking
for
too. Is like
something,
we see Deca Rangers first 5 episodes maybe,
Yeah.
or whatever.
I mean, they might even throw that origami red in there for like the first big crossover, since they're like, we made this suit, we're not gonna just use it once. We weren't gonna ship it off to the 10-year-old that drew it. We're gonna
There's
use
so
it.
many people that are like, why don't they use this as the next Sentai? And it's like, guys, because it was a 10-year-old's drawing from a contest.
The 10-year-old
It was
drew
very
one
apparent.
suit.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
don't want to give a 10-year-old royalties.
That's the other thing. Is
on
like this 10-year-old would have to be paid for the rest of his life.
This
Right.
10-year-old
If you made
would,
this a Sentai.
would have would probably end up being like a voting member on Toei's board as a result of this.
Just imagine being a 10-year-old and having your fan art become an official thing and get an action figure. I'm assuming it's gonna get an action figure, at least a vinyl.
I would be the biggest asshole on the playground.
Oh, absolutely.
I'd be like, I'm sorry, is your OC in Sentai?
Yeah.
Then shut up, because you know nothing.
It's definitely going to be
Just
this kid's.
instantly the whole time.
It's definitely going to be this kid's 2 truths and a lie when he goes to college.
I would like to imagine his adult dad drew it for him. He's like, you're about to enter this contest.
We
are about to
entering
enter this contest.
Tojima wants to be a Super Sentai, and he's just like, now I need a 10-year-old's name.
It's like, fuck, this looks too good. I need to just more straight lines.
Yeah.
More straight lines. I need to look more blocky.
He draws something and gives it to his son. Hey, can you redraw this for me?
Here's some tracing paper. Trace over that.
It's just him over his desk throwing papers. No, wrong.
Sweetheart, do your best job to recreate this. It doesn't need to be perfect. In fact, the less perfect it is, the better.
Right.
Statistically, that had to have happened. And statistically, there had to have been someone that submitted 50 different ones.
I saw some of those designs. Some of them were too good for kids.
Dude, the dog one
There's lots
was
of talented
insane.
kids, but
There was one with a dog piloting a Sentai suit.
That's
It was the
cool.
coolest shit ever.
That is cool.
think
I only
seen that.
saw the one. So I haven't seen any of the other entries, so I would love to look at the others. And
Some of them are pretty good. They're all very much these are crowns on paper. There's no way Toei went in and was this is a beautiful art, watercolor, color pencil, whatever. They were all that looks like a 10-year-old's drawing. Put that one in the top 10. That one looks like a 10-year-old's drawing. Put that one in the top 10.
I also I find it interesting. It's insane, truly crazy how Origami Red shows up in the main series and is officially a Red Ranger. Meanwhile, the red from Ninja Captor has been sealed away, locked in a vault, forgotten to time.
All of Ninja Captor. That's what I'm saying.
There were people
They'll get their
tweeting,
time next year.
Like,
They're one of the dimensions.
They're one of the dimensions.
They're hopping in.
I would get so happy, dude. You have no idea how much. Somebody made fun of me because I was like, the Hawkilles effect is a joke we have on stream.
Yeah.
Whereas we talk about something or we watch something, we watched Fies and instantly a CSM of the dumbass writer mass-produced Fies belt.
The Riot
Trooper
Yeah.
belt became a CSM like that next week. And then we talked about how Toei in 2 episodes ago in Gozyuger, I was like, Toei forgot how to use miniatures. This is all CGI. And it looks terrible.
Yeah.
And then now Zetz's Hyper Battle DVD is like miniatures and an Ultraman style thing. So it's like the Hawkilles effect, and someone's like, you're too full of yourself. Because that's not a real thing. I was like, it's super an inside joke, but that would be my
It's
Hawkilles
also
effect.
the power of manifesting.
Yeah, that would be the one. If Ninja Captor was a dimension that they go to, that would be the one that would be like, no one can tell me
honestly,
anything.
if you all want it badly enough, just be annoying about it on the internet, and Toei's going to be like, if this is what it's going to take to get our ratings back.
Shirakuro's like, what? They're not supposed to know about Ninja
I didn't even
Captor.
know the Americans knew about Ninja Captor. I
they're
didn't
not
even.
supposed to
I
know
found
about
out
it.
about it last week.
We own this?
We own
That's
that.
ours.
Get it out of the
I thought that
basement.
was Godzilla's studio.
Oh, gosh,
Get it out of the basement. Get Magi Red over here, or Magi Yellow back.
Watch Gavin go to a dimension where we had Captain, not Battle Japan, but Captain Japan, or even we did get that Captain America, that Japanese Captain America thing that led to the creation of Battle Fever J anyway.
Or the baseball Dynaman.
Yes, V-Leaguer.
Yeah, there you go. V-Leaguer.
Yaku Sentai.
Dude, could you imagine where
V-Leaguer.
it's not dimensions and we're thinking like regular Sentai like Dagger Ranger? It's the concept art of those, or it's like the other
Yes.
versions
No,
of
yeah.
those.
They go to the
Honestly.
dimension where we actually did get 100 Wild Zords in Gao Ranger. Like
Just
those-
any minute detail. If they can like sew a patch on a suit, it's like, hey, see, look, it's different.
Yeah. TTFC special, he goes to meet the Akiba Rangers.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's all we have to talk about with Gavin, right?
For now, we'll probably come back to it.
Yeah, we'll come back to it
For
when it
now,
starts
I'm
airing,
sure
for
the
sure,
day this releases or the day after, we'll get everything. So
Correct. 'Cause then you all
That's
can comment
how
on
it
it.
goes.
That's the Hawkilles
Hawkilles
effect.
effect. Record a little bit early, release
Yeah.
something, it all comes out.
Yeah.
We'll probably leave the studio and like, oh, look at all the things
Honestly,
we talked about.
as soon as
Wrong.
we stop recording,
Yeah. But where are we with Gavin stuff?
So,
I think that, do
Gavin,
we know for
just-
sure that Gold is a girl?
They look very feminine, so it's either a girl or a really
I
feminine
mean,
dude.
the
Wow.
reality, guys.
From
The
the one
reality,
hetero dude
the reality is,
I'm
it's a
okay with
Japanese
either.
man in the suit,
Yeah.
regardless.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
'Cause
just saying
the female stunties in Japan are very minuscule, but I would say yes. It's either feminine or another non-binary character, which I would not be mad at. But
That'd be cool.
I would absolutely love
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know how woke they want to be this season, so we'll see how they feel.
They're like, we went woke, so our ratings dropped.
Yeah, that's what
I
they.
mean,
Yeah.
you know, it didn't. I don't think having Rita, despite what some losers online will claim, having Rita be NB did not keep King Oger from being top tier
No.
series.
No, I think it's the fact that there was no Power Rangers attached to it.
Being the hot take guy here, I don't think Rita was NB enough in King Oger.
No.
Oh
I think
no!
I
Well,
think
I think
Rita's
they could have leaned into it more.
I think
Absolutely.
Yeah.
the nature of why Rita was NB in King Oger was a little disrespectful towards non-binary as a whole.
expand on that.
Let's not talk about Gavin anymore. Let's talk about this.
Yeah.
I think the reason that they give in the show is she needs to be unbiased towards anything. So she chooses to be non-binary because she can't be biased
You
towards...
keep saying she. If they're not
Sorry,
binary.
she as the actress, but
Yes.
they, as the character, chooses
you
to
go.
be non-binary because they cannot be biased towards, male or female or anything in that
I never
world.
even thought about that
Thanks for
consideration.
keeping us
I was
woke,
just like,
Jimmy.
okay, they're they.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just
No,
because
yeah.
I also just figured like the premise is like, oh, they're all monarchs, and I'm like, okay, that's a nice like gender neutral thing, and like wait, what's her name? What's the other one? Himeno is Glinda and all of that.
you make
But I do-
Himeno the most girly girl possible.
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely, yeah.
But then but I do love how like everything else about Rita is just like, even so like if there had been a Power Rangers adaptation of King Oger, I would have been really excited to see like how they cast. Would they do another gender swap. I always love when Power Rangers gender swaps characters from Sentai, or would they? Lord knows if King Ojo had been adapted under Simon Bennett's direction, they definitely would have probably made Papillon Oger the character just
be more woke.
even more NB, even more NB.
We would have gotten two guys kissing on Power Rangers finally. Waiting for the day.
You were this close.
Waiting for
You were this close.
We were this close to greatness.
I don't know if they honestly. I don't have that much confidence in Power Rangers as a whole.
That's what I was saying. I was like, I don't think they would do it at all.
No, I think they would have just made them a girl. Purple's a girl color, so you are a girl now.
Yeah, and well, okay, Power Rangers has been, whether on purpose or on accident, good about just like showing different kinds of girlhoods.
Yeah.
And that is one of the advantages I feel it had over Sentai. Yeah. And especially after the back-to-back GLAAD awards they won for Dino Fury, I think if it's still going, I think that would have given them enough confidence to look at this NB character and be like, okay, you know what?
Yeah.
We'll have like a gender.
Although I don't know,
NB, at least gender nonconforming explicitly.
Yeah. Psych, it's Izzy again.
Yeah. I mean, wouldn't be mad about that.
Not at all.
I think it just would have made her a tomboy.
Yeah, probably. Because, like, I don't know, also, like, we don't know how much, like, context they get on the Sentai characters.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of times they just get the footage and just kind of, like, look at what the characters are presenting. So, yeah, I mean, like, obviously we know the context of Rita is non-binary in the show. But if you're, like, someone who works at Hasbro or whatever, early PR production, you're, like, looking at this footage and it'll just, like, probably at first glance, just like, okay, I see 2 girls and 3 guys. So that's going to be our lineup for the year.
Yeah, this girl is stoic. That's her.
That's her.
Boiled down
that's
one
her
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
I think.
And she's gonna wear a leather jacket
all the time.
All the time.
Yeah, I think my condensed hot take about it is like Rita choosing to be non-binary is not a good representation of non-binary in itself.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
In a Sentai. So that's my problem with it as a whole. I think there's many ways you can break it down.
Yeah.
And it's good that we have Rita as a non-binary in
Absolutely.
Sentai.
Yeah. I mean, you got to start somewhere. If you never do it at all, I mean, it's better to do it and not do it completely right than to never do it at all.
Yeah, as opposed to like I like it more than 01, where we have a non-binary writer that gets 5 minutes of screen time. Exactly. Our non-binary writer gets 5 minutes of screen time as a whole and is like only there to serve.
And they were one of the best characters in that show too. Damn.
And I'm fine, and I at least do love that like their color is purple because that's like because there's a lot like they're very like Sentai is always very intentional when it comes to the colors. Like there's only a handful of colors that are truly balanced gender-wise. Yellow and purple. Like what else is there? Like because there's a 50-50 split for both of those colors when it comes to like men and women in those suits. So.
And, we also got white. Is that another one that?
What?
I was thinking white, but white's pretty girl heavy.
So white does communicate. White communicates something differently with like when it's a guy and they're white, they're usually the leader or the special hero. Yeah. But there's no like men who are white rangers on the main team.
Yeah, and
as supports to
and
red.
if it's a girl and she's in white, she has pink accents.
Yes.
Yeah.
Always has pink accent. Even if there's a pink ranger on the team with her.
Yes.
Back to Ninja Steel.
It's very, very confusing.
And Change Man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a white ranger.
I do love that.
The only one would be Surahime from Kaken Ranger is the only one with like a fully white suit, no pink accents.
Yeah.
But I do like how we're talking about other Sentais except for the one that's currently airing.
Sorry.
Oh,
I mean,
there is a Sentai airing right now.
Just to bring it up.
Number one Sentai, Gozyuger.
The number last Sentai?
The number last Sentai.
The number.
And that's where it will be in my ratings by the end of the show.
Ironically, they named the 50th Sentai number 1.
Do we think that's because it was expected to kick off this whole Project Red thing?
Tough to say. Because we got leaks and like we didn't get a trademark on like because I remember there was this myth. Now it's a mythical magic ninja school series.
Magic Ninja.
I think that whole magic thing. I think that was just like people talking about the Magi Ranger stuff that was coming out. I think like people just mistranslated rumors because all this shit comes from Japanese 4chan.
Yeah, it's hard on the English side because there's so many channels like leaks or rumors go through before it gets to us.
Right.
Yeah.
That the game of telephone is insane. It's from Japan, either leaks, executives, whatever, to Chinese forums or Chinese broadcasters to Chinese forums to English speaking Chinese fans to the English speaking fans.
Yeah.
So like any leaker you look at, they'll all have different takes on the same exact thing.
Right.
And then when you see the final product, you're like, oh, I see how you can in a roundabout way get there to all this stuff. Some of it, not even accounting for sometimes we just get bullshit.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get total.
Yes.
Gozyuger was supposed to be about two teams passing through the generation. Like it was supposed to be a Kiva 2 timeline situation from the first rumors we got, and now we know that wasn't true at all.
Yeah.
Ryu Soldier was supposed to be a dragon taming Sentai. We were supposed to get dragons, not fucking dinosaurs for the 800 billionth time.
Well, I was gonna say like going back to just how things could change interpretation wise. I'll go to the Fortnite leaks because that's English to English, right? So for those of you who don't know, they had Power Rangers in the last season of Fortnite, and there was a leak right before it saying that there was going to be a black and gold Tommy. So people immediately said, oh, that's going to be Dino Thunder Black.
Yep.
We're going to get Dino Thunder Black. And this rumor kind of just snowballed. And it turns out that no, it was just the White Ranger.
Yeah,
the leaker just saw the gold and the black.
Gold chest. Yeah.
And so it's just the White Ranger, but they were like, people thought it was Dino Thunder Black. Till this day, I'll see people on Reddit talking about, like, oh yeah, we were supposed to get Dino Thunder Black in Fortnite. When is that happening?
Never.
Yeah.
Never.
It's
Like,
it's the same thing with Magic Ninja. People are like, oh, do you think Magic Ninja's still coming? Do you think Magic Ninja is what's after Project Red? Do you think Magic Ninja is going to be, running concurrently? And it's like, no. That was just
Magic Ninja doesn't exist.
Yeah,
guys.
that was just a misleak, a misinterpretation, or it could be total bullshit being fed.
I'm so grateful that it doesn't exist because I remember the leaks talking about what the changer would have been, and it sounded like this butt ugly wand that you stick cards into, and it just sounded like a
wand that needs to be fat enough to fit a trading
idea.
card.
No, please no.
well, Sentai has always been kind of like a reflection of what's popular in pop culture.
Yeah.
So like when Magic Ranger first came out, Harry Potter was huge.
Yes.
And so on and so forth. Like dinosaurs, Jurassic
Zhu Ranger is
Park.
the big
Dinosaurs
one.
are always
Yeah.
popular.
Zhu Ranger is the big one.
Yeah.
Which is what
Jurassic Park
changed
That
the
was
entire thing.
Yeah, that was a very that was just like one of those things like if you don't believe in miracles,
Yeah.
it's like it all comes together that like you have Zhu Ranger, which also first fantasy Sentai series, the first one where their powers are magical instead of sci-fi or tech-based, and then the next year Jurassic Park comes out in the States, massive hit, and then it gets exported to America. It's like,
It's
it was
crazy
a
that
perfect
1992 was the year that everyone went, kids like dinosaurs. Oh, shit. We just figured
Hey
this
guys,
out.
did you know that?
Kids like
did
dinosaurs.
You know kids like dinosaurs? This is
This
crazy.
dinosaur shit kind of slaps. Keep making them.
Turns out dinosaurs, they're pretty fucking cool.
Dinosaurs are cool.
And they bring them back every few years because like dinosaurs are still fucking cool.
Yeah,
Like,
kids still
And
really
then-
fucking like dinosaurs.
But then
It's crazy.
also, we learn more about dinosaurs, and so you see that reflected. Like, the T-Rex Zord from Mighty Morphin is like, it's designed to look like what we thought a T-Rex looked like
it
up
stands
until that
for
point.
Very upright, yeah.
But then by the time we get to Dino Thunder, less than 10 years later, it's like, oh, now we know they looked more kind of like chickens. And then by the time you get to Dino Charge, it looks even more
it has feathers
like a
on
chicken.
it.
yeah, it's got fur and feathers. And
yeah, he did. Yeah, it literally has feathers on the top of its head.
yeah. And it's I love it.
It took us till Fury to get an Ankylosaurus, and that's my favorite dinosaur. So that's my stamp on on Dinosaur Rangers. Like,
Dinosaur.
I want an Ankylosaurus. And
It
they finally
takes-
did it, and I was like, thank God.
It takes us
good.
too long.
Yeah. Took us 30 years.
But back to number last Sentai.
Oh, yes.
yeah.
Where's everybody feeling about Gozyuger?
I saw the first maybe like 5 or 6 episodes. Could not get into it. I
So you
tried.
stopped it.
Oh yeah, I I can't even tell you what happened. Like it's.
You didn't even get to the best part, I would say.
Here's the thing, like people are like, oh,
It really picks up around episode 30.
You got to give it 8 hours,
gotta
Jimmy.
give it 8 hours, Jimmy. Come
You gotta
on.
watch the finale.
Make a whole shift.
It really picks up during the finale.
Those last 5 minutes of the finale
Makes
fucking
it all
smack.
worth it. It's all worth it by then.
Here's what I will say. I like the character designs. I like the suit designs. Beautiful suits.
Yeah.
I even like the white tennis shoes. Like that's
Lovely
and the
gowns,
white
beautiful
gloves.
gowns.
Like the New Balances. You said.
I said lovely gowns.
beautiful
Oh,
gowns. Beautiful gowns when they enter that hand.
Yeah.
So like I dig the suit designs. I don't care for the mech design.
Yeah.
I like that they've brought back a bunch of old like suits. Like here's a bunch of member berries and just I do like seeing those suits in action again. I just could not get into it. It just felt kind of boring to me.
A bit. I agree wholeheartedly. Because like as we did get further, once we knew what Gozyuger was going to be for sure, I was thinking that this was going to be something more akin to Kamen Rider Ryuki, or maybe like a battle royale style Sentai.
Like Geats?
Where
What would have gave you that
well, the
interpretation? That's crazy.
the
That's
fact that
crazy.
That's not what the show's about at all.
Like, God forbid a show where all the Rangers are fighting about being number one. Excuse me for thinking, oh, maybe we're just gonna have a bit more elimination style.
What's
And
your expectations?
yes, oh heaven forbid.
We're gonna eliminate 15 Rangers in one episode.
Yeah.
and then it didn't even like really take advantage of that presence until the late 20s, early 30s, when Ryugi challenges Hoeru for like supremacy, and like it really took the halfway point. We already had our 6th Ranger introduced before you finally decide to like have the Rangers fight each other. And even for me, and I've gotten flack for this too. I am just it's another Gozyuger. Wow.
Gokaiger.
Gokaiger-esque anniversary series. And sure, they're not like, it's not exactly the same where they're all transforming, but we still have past suits showing up all the time and not really doing anything super outstanding. We got it in Dawn Brothers. We got it. It's this, it worked in Gokaiger some 14, 15 years ago, and they've been going back to that well ever since, and that does harsh my enjoyment of it a little bit.
Yeah, it sounds like they want the results of Gokaiger without putting in any of the work to like make it make sense.
I mean, pretty much. And I mean, like, I don't know. They had a chance to do something like really different with this show because they talked about doing alternate realities. And I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. So you're going back to this thing that I hate. Because personally, I hate when the suits come back. I hate when they come back. I hate when they're just there, standing there in a quarry.
This is Will's last episode, by the way.
I hate when they're just there.
You don't like when they come and just do their roll call pose?
No,
and
I want you to
That's
get...
Tokusatsu.
I want you to get the fuck out.
Will,
I want the Gozyugers
Will.
to fucking all pose together because they haven't even done that shit yet. They can't even get the basics right.
Will, are
on
you
this
little bit of
telling
filming
me?
snafu.
So you're telling me
Yeah. Filming
They don't
snap.
stop that from
they
happening.
do that all on a green screen. Okay, figure
you
it
just
out.
don't get Sentai, Will.
No,
all right, that's why.
I don't.
That's why Gao Ranger versus Super Sentai is 100 bajillion times better than Forever Red ever will be.
I loved hearing all that stock audio they used with the background music like intact and then just like hastily chopped in there. It was great. But yeah, it's just I don't know. Like I liked the idea, the prospect of okay, we're doing alternate realities. We're having old characters come back, but they're played by new people. And I'm just like, okay, this could go one of two ways because I watched Kamen Rider Decade without knowing it was doing the alternate reality thing at first. And I didn't mind it because I didn't know anything about Tokusatsu then. But like in this context, I was just like, okay, well, this could at least be fun. You know, because it'd be like some new fun one-off characters. And then they never did anything with hardly any of them. Yeah. They did it for maybe the first 10 episodes with like... whoever played Tyranno Ranger and maybe Gao Red. But then, like, kind of after that whole arc, they were just like, yeah, we don't really want to do this whole bit. we kind of want to focus on what these guys got going on. And so they stopped really talking about the Reds at all. And a lot of them just kind of became disposable. And they would like, there was literally episodes where it's just like, Blue is fighting two of them just randomly for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, okay, yeah, by the way, at the end of the episode, I got these 2 rings earlier today. So it's just like it had nothing to do with the plot of the episode.
The Don Momotaro guy sticks around a bit.
Yeah, there you go.
And I think that gave me this idea that like, oh, well, they're all going to have 5-6 episodes to be in the background a little bit or build off of what they got.
And I didn't think it was going to be everyone.
No.
You know, because there's 49 at least rings. So it's just like, obviously they're not going to do everyone. Not everyone gets a big spotlight, but I mean.
Yeah, but instead what we got was these.
You mean it would be too much to hope that we would get a whole episode dedicated to Red Flash? Is that really too much to ask for?
Yes.
Who we ended up getting.
I do feel bad for whoever's like, oh, I can't wait for my favorite Red Ranger to show up, only for them to like...
Battle Japan's #1 fan. Well, actually, he got a good episode, so never mind.
Zenkaiger's #1 fan.
Zenkaiger's #1
And he's just Ray's like plaything, secondary form that he uses.
Yeah.
And I was just in the background the whole time. But the main ones that they decide to focus on have become these super formulaic 2-parters. The best one didn't even get a 2-parter.
No.
The best one, most relative to the story, didn't even get a 2-parter.
Yeah.
Which we could assume he probably was supposed to, but with the Maya situation, it ended up being combined into one. But it feels like I said, the Don Momotaro one felt like they were setting up, okay, they're all going to exist in this world together. But no, it's like people walk through the door for their 2-parter or to get, one-offed in 15 seconds, and then they're gone.
Like
I think
Sun Vulcan. That's what happened with Sun Vulcan.
Yeah, and I've spoke to no end on stream about Gozyuger and stuff, but like very much from the heart and like looking back at all of it, I think after the bait and switch of the first episode, because that's what it was of showing Taya as this past Red and making people think that that's what the show is going to be. And then once you get the 5 episodes in, you realize it's not. Once getting past that bait and switch, I gave it like this super fair shake of I'm bought into this battle royale thing. I'm bought into this team that's not supposed to be a team but decides to work together. But then every step of the show, they just can't give a fuck about any of that.
They can't make a decision.
Yeah.
Is the problem. They can't make a conscious, like, definitive story choice. And like they have to take it back. They start going off in one direction in terms of story, and then they're just like, actually, never mind. We want to do this, and it's just like, okay, but you're already halfway through explaining it this way. So now that you're like changing lanes, you look stupid because like you kind of wasted all of our time with the past like few episodes leading up to this point. The past few episodes in particular have been very guilty of this, where they've set up like 5 different endings for this fucking show, and have not been able to commit to any of them.
Takejun's pilot. Takejun has a pilot, but now Takejun is gone. Now Takejun is good. And it's like these 3 different things can all go separate ways, but it's like we're rewriting the ending every other episode.
Even taking it back to when they had when Ryugi got knocked out, he was defeated, he lost his ring, and he was replaced briefly. That was
for an episode.
For a whole episode, I thought to myself, okay, it's a little later than I would have liked, but I respect that they're showing that, like, okay, so he's out of this competition, but anybody else can
And it felt like they
were
committed because they changed the opening.
Yeah.
They changed the opening. And so it's just like, oh, okay, cool. So this is actually going to be a thing for a bit. Kind of weird to do it right now, but it's like, whatever. And then it's an episode, this motherfucker goes back to his home planet because he's an alien. And then it's just like, okay, we're back to normal. It's like, well, then what was the point?
What was
the point?
So what you're saying is, Jimmy, don't catch up.
No,
you
you're
don't
fine.
have to. Start with Gavan. I think the most glaring thing that shows you that this show can't be committal is, I know me and you watched the movie. Did you watch the movie?
Not yet, no.
So the movie, mind you, takes place right before this big showdown with Horu and Ryugi. That the movie leads to Ryugi making that choice. In the movie, the entire time, they pretend like they're not a team and they have a million issues with each other. But
Which has never been the case.
But the whole point of the showdown is that they are a team,
Yeah.
and this is tearing apart the team. And the movie is supposed to lead to that episode. Like, it's supposed to be right after it.
Yeah.
Because that's what gives Ryugi all these, like, oh, I got to do this for Tegasword. But the movie, it's obviously shot way earlier because you can tell Horu's still a fucking terrible actor in that movie. He's gotten a lot better. In that movie, he's cardboard.
Yeah.
But the movie, the whole time, they're like, we have to act as a team. And it's like, you were doing more side by side for the last 15 episodes.
Right.
This hasn't been a problem since
Y'all
episode
were all together
5.
by episode 5.
Yeah, this hasn't been a problem since Tyranno got gunned down.
Right.
Like, what's
Draw this
happening?
out some more. Just something that I just feel like, again, it goes back to just the core of Gozyuger. And again, tying it back to Kamen Rider Ryugi, was that instead of having the universe warriors, it should have just been other animals be Gozyugers, and then have, like, fun little, like, why should the Gozyugers be the only team? Like, imagine getting a group of other Gozyugers, like, if instead of, like, just the main 5, we had Goju Armadillo, Goju Kabuto, Goju Kawaga, like, references to past, just mechs that regularly appear in Sentai. You could have an entire team of Goju dragons and different types of dragons. You could have Goju insects, because we got enough bugs for that. And I just felt that would have been... I don't know, like, budget-wise, what that would have looked like, creating a whole bunch of original Gojuger suits that probably
wouldn't even need
would have
to
been...
do that. They probably could have just repainted a bunch of old helmets and just stuck them on blank Gojuger suits and be like, hey, here's Goju, whatever.
It's like VR Troopers all over again.
Exactly. Very, very that.
Because... I just felt that would have, like, justified this team coming together a bit more of, like, oh, okay, there's, like, there's, like, other factions out there.
Well, it's like,
and they realize,
why are these guys,
Yes.
why are they uniform, but everyone else in the Universe Warrior
we haven't
thing,
gotten
they're all
a
Sentai.
set explanation for that?
Yeah, there's no explanation.
Because
I know
they're
we're gonna
the
get. I know it's gonna
chosen
pay
ones.
off. I know we're gonna get the explanation in the second act of the last episode.
Oh, it would be amazing if, like, the last episode, was it Lord Tega? Is that his name? He's
No.
what's the name of the
Tegasword-sama.
Is that the name of the Okay.
Which
Okay. I heard someone call him Lord Tega. So at the very end, the Gojoozers are in front of Tegasword, and they're like, so why are we the only ones who kind of look like we're a team? And he goes, there's a simple explanation for that. And then it cuts off credits.
I think
Make it happen, Toei. John
this
Toei,
is-
make it happen.
I get that this is all like, fantasy booking and like it doesn't matter because it's not what happened in the story. But I think you have the same battle royale premise, but the Gojoogers are the enforcers of that battle royale for Tegasword. And then they slowly find out that, Tegasword, not exactly truthful with us. Tegasword, not exactly the benevolent god that we thought he was.
Yeah.
Maybe he's infected by the
Blasphemy.
calamity, whatever.
We're going to make Ryugi question his faith?
Exactly. Let's do something interesting.
Right,
And
yeah.
This
that's
is the
when he
gritty,
leaves and
mature Sentai
Tegasword
right here.
replaces him and the team has to go, no, we have to get Ryugi back. Because this Assam guy's not it. Like,
No.
we got to go get our guy back.
Yeah.
And that's what really leads them to coming together, against the Tegasword. But you can even be like, the Tegasword's taken over by Calamity or Tegajun, whatever.
Yeah. Just something. That's the thing. Like, they can't commit to anything. So, like, nothing has really happened.
Yeah. Part of me was very hopeful that, like, this is the first Sentai that's shooting so far ahead. That means they'll have a plan.
And they didn't.
Yeah,
They
and
didn't. They spent so many episodes doing bullshit.
Yep, and
They're
we have
literally
so many
playing,
people
like-
blaming it on the Maya situation.
the show was like all but done. Was so close to done by the time that came out. It was like.
But the thing with the
they
last
already sent that in
episode,
the final draft. They were like,
Do not
the
get-
finale's turned in. I am good for Sentai for the year. And then they freaking have notification pop up, and they're like,
Shit.
what do you mean she's fired?
what do you mean all 12 episodes?
Yeah,
They were at the airport, about to go on vacation.
Right.
Yep.
They had their like Hawaiian shirt on, and they had their like
What?
Ready to go.
have to go back to work.
yeah.
damn it.
I had somebody in my comments blaming this Christmas episode on the Maya stuff. They're like, I feel like there was something about Tegajun that was supposed to be different, but the Maya stuff changed that. And I'm like, all of the Tegajun stuff happens in suit.
Yeah.
Which means none of it was reshot.
No.
Maya's not part of that
The
situation
most
at
they
all.
reshot was running into the Helheim.
Yeah.
That's all they reshot.
Yeah, besides the
Helheim from Gaim?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Like,
they use the
actually?
same
No, it's the
Oh.
area.
They said
Oh,
it's the same location.
Also,
okay.
something with the
I
that
thought
you
it was
brought up with like
legit. I was like, oh, maybe I should watch.
That would be interesting. They didn't do that.
You brought up with like all the stuff with Tegasora just being shot in suit, like, and I don't know how many people know about the concept of doubles, of body doubles in
Yeah.
acting. It's like you just have someone who resembles just the basic silhouette of Sumino, and you shoot her from far away takes where you never really see the face. Slap her on a green screen. It's an easy enough.
Which is what they've done.
Yeah,
Yes.
they've done
With the
that
new
plenty
girl.
of
Because
times.
the whole like situation there is Toei can't use her likeness anymore because she's not under this agency. So as long as they don't use her face,
Yeah.
they're fine.
Yeah.
Now, it's a bunch of people who don't know how anything works in terms of the entertainment industry as a whole. They're the ones who are saying, "Oh, here's what happened," based off of their assumptions of not knowing anything, and then they're spreading that because they might have a platform.
Yeah.
And now everybody who doesn't have a platform, who also doesn't know any better, they keep spreading it. So the next person hears this, and the next person hears this,
Yeah.
and now all of a sudden, no one knows what's happening. And like a couple of people who have an idea what's happening because they understand how things work, no one listens to them because all these other people said that, so it must be true.
Yeah.
So, all of us have like worked in media and in production long enough to have a solid idea of how this industry works and like what goes into the decision making of these things. And about a month ago, this article came out that was like basically breaking down why Sentai is coming to an end with Gozyuger. And what really just irked me is that there is a contingent of fans within this community that will always find a way to make it Power Rangers' fault. I'm a Power Rangers fan. I love Power Rangers more than Super Sentai, if I'm being honest. That's what introduced me to Tokusatsu. It's what I grew up with. But here they are, like, you've got these execs from Toei laying down, it was really expensive. Sentai just doesn't have the hold on pulp culture that it did at one point. And yes, when Toei and Hasbro, when Hasbro split from Toei and announced that they were going to be doing their own thing with Power Rangers, that did take a hit. And they were talking about how they did take a hit from that, and that was what the article became about. Like, and you see other articles reposting saying that, posting it to the effect of, Power Rangers killed Super Sentai, or Power Rangers is the reason Super
Well, it's because
Sentai's
we never
ending.
really knew how directly the financial things were tied together between Toei and Power Rangers.
Yeah.
And then we find out it's like, well, actually, Power Rangers has been kind of carrying Sentai for over 20 years.
Yes, and it's not even. It's just because Power Rangers just has a bigger audience.
Right.
In Power Rangers target demo is in the United States, one of the biggest countries in the world.
Yeah.
Japan has a population half the size of the U.S., and not all of them are gonna love Super Sentai.
I saw someone asking well, it's a Japanese show. How is the American sales affecting it? It's like, dude, yeah, I mean, sure, some of Americans are importing the toys, but just Hasbro or Saban or Disney, whoever owns Power Rangers at the time, just that licensing fee alone is enough. Because if I was making the show and I was making way more money just licensing it out, I'm going to keep making that show because I'm going to keep getting this money from these corporations, because they don't just license it just to the U.S. They also licensing out to Korea and whoever wants to do their own interpretation, their own dub. So that's a lot of money. So of course, when Hasbro decides, you know what, I'm only going to use half of the footage, or I'm not going to use it at all. I'm going to start doing my own thing, and you go a few years without paying that licensing fee and without producing anything new, and maybe they're paying so from the reignition toys, maybe there's something there.
Yeah.
Either way, it's not nearly enough. Yeah, I'd stop making Sentai too.
Yeah.
I think the other side of the coin is it's very popular to hate Hasbro right now.
Yeah.
For a multitude of good
there's
reasons.
many
Don't get me
reasons
wrong.
to
Yeah.
hate
Justifiable
Hasbro
reasons,
as
yes.
a corporation.
And not just Power Rangers, all across the board, if you talk to any fan of Transformers, G.I. Joe, all that stuff, people are like, Hasbro sucks. But in the Power Rangers fandom specifically, there are things, or Tokusatsu fandom specifically, like that article, like the Ninja Kids things, where you can read this and go, this is very obviously not Hasbro's fault. But people have taken it's Hasbro. Hasbro sucks, and they're wrong with it. Like, you read the Ninja Kids statement, and you're like, oh, Playmates overstepped this. It very clearly says that Playmates didn't have authorization to make this choice.
Right.
But it's Hasbro's fault because they canceled it. But everyone hated the Ninja Kids Power Ranger stuff that they saw anyways.
Yeah, they hated it anyway.
It's damned if you do, damned if you don't for Hasbro, because it's like either they let it happen and then people get mad because they didn't protect their IP, or they stop it from happening. Now people are mad because they're protecting their IP.
Yeah.
So it's like they're damned if they do, damned if they don't.
They're like, why isn't Hasbro doing anything with Power Rangers? It's like, well, every time they try doing something with it, you're like, oh, don't do that.
Now, I don't want to come to the defense of a major corporation.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But
Okay.
That is not the show.
That's been me the past month. Don't worry. Go for it.
But it's important. We got to remember that, and I could go way deeper in this, but we got to remember that Toei, big corporation, they're not making Sentai or Rider making these toys for the love of the game, for some just like deep cultural appreciation for craftsmanship. No. They are dragons.
Yeah, a lot of people think
they're trying to make money. They are ruthless capitalists, just like we have here in the
Just
States.
like Heinz Saban.
a lot of people hear
yes.
Toei and think Sentai, Rider, that's it.
No,
but like
it's Dragon Ball.
Yeah, they did.
Yes,
That was
for the record,
The only thing we need
Sentai
to
isn't
say,
touching Dragon Ball's
Ball,
numbers.
Yeah.
One Piece, like all
Yeah.
this stuff.
Yeah,
And then-
even Digimon is bigger than Power Rangers, than Sentai at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
Also, Toei, they're an animation company, but they also do live action stuff.
Yeah.
They do like they don't just do tokusatsu. They do prestige dramas. They do like really
Project Red.
Yeah, but
Prestige. Ultimate prestige.
Got him.
no, but it's also like they're a big company too, and the fact of the matter is Hasbro, another big company. They're probably asking themselves, why are we making these other people rich? And it's not Hasbro's responsibility to ensure the survival of what could be a competitor. Sure, it's like it was a working relationship for a while, but clearly just wasn't in Hasbro's best interest anymore. That's how it works. That's how these things go.
I just think that Hasbro didn't want to be pigeonholed into whatever Toei gave them.
Because the way the Power Rangers works is a really unique process. No other show is like getting half of their footage from another show in
Armosaurus.
another market. But still, Power Rangers did it first.
Touche.
Either even if
Superhuman
Yeah.
Samurai
Even if-
Cyber
You
Squad.
got me.
even if but either way, these things all came after Power
Yeah, of course,
Rangers.
of course, of course.
Yeah.
So it was still it's still very still a super niche thing. You're not seeing Marvel's not doing this, and it's not like Toei is going to Disney and being like, "Hey, we're gonna take the footage from Captain America and we're gonna do our own." Oh wait, we've been here already. haven't we?
Yeah, and in 1993, it was a very like revolutionary thing to do for television.
Yeah.
Because you have remakes and stuff. Like The Office is a big popular one, but you've had remakes for decades.
Right.
1993, there was the first one that was like, we're going to use half of this footage because we can, because they're just in suit the whole time.
Right. Yeah, there's no
And do
faces.
this.
We can use it.
Yeah, and it like whether people like nowadays we can look back and be like, there's a little bit of racism there of like, why didn't you just bring the other one over?
Right.
But for those of us that were
Obviously,
around,
it would have been
it's-
easier if you just dub everything.
Yeah.
But we tried that with that Dynaman pilot back in the 80s, and
Even then, you look at the classic Godzilla stuff. It was just dubbed, and people make fun of that because the audio didn't quite sync with the lip movements.
Yeah, Godzilla
So-
wasn't the respected
No.
force of nature that he was today back
Yeah.
in
it's a
1993.
horror
Yeah.
movie. Even stuff that did have more respect in the dubbing process, like Jackie Chan's movies. At the same time, Power Ranger, a lot of them were like Rumble in the Bronx was dubbed, and a lot of other stuff. A lot of his other movies were dubbed. But even when they were like taken a bit more seriously, there's still that like comedic element to a dub from another country. Like be honest, I watched like when Squid Game came out, like Netflix had set it to the English dub, and I'm like, no, I'll just watch it with subtitles. Like,
But that's one of the reasons Squid Game is as big as it was, because a lot of people watched the dub. I think back in 1993, not only was dubbing, the laughable Godzilla ones, which we grew up with, but it was also this mega niche if you watched foreign films dubbed. That wouldn't have flown on 3 p.m. Fox Kids after school.
No.
It
more
would
like
not
3
have
a.m. Fox.
it would not have become the mega franchise it was 94, 95, 96 afterwards if you went with the dub. So like whether, in 2025, 2026 now, we can look back and go, a little racism there, what it is.
I mean,
in 1993, this was such a revolutionary thing to do that catapulted this franchise into the mega hit that it was for the decade to come.
Yeah.
And even like then, it was super cheap to produce.
Yeah.
Super cheap. I mean, it would have been cheaper to dub it, but I think just changing it this much, like you just get a bunch of 30-year-olds, throw them in a park, and just hit record on the camera, right?
He's talking to you, Walter.
Hey, I would
put it on that cardboard and start hip-hop-pedoing.
I just really want to throw out that, just because they had actors, those OG actors were barely out of their teens for the most part. David Yost was pushing 30 when he was cast.
Yeah, I think both Walter and David were the older ones.
Yeah. And then you have Austin, who was still in high school when they shot the pilot.
Yeah.
Johnny Youngbosch and Karen Ashley were both 19 when they went down to Australia to film the movie. I'm like, they're still basically kids.
all jokes. But no, let's jump into Zeztz.
My favorite.
Your favorite.
What's
this is going to be
what is it called?
Power Rider.
Sorry, Power Rider.
Power Rider. Master Rider.
It's like Japanese Power
Rangers.
Rangers.
The Defenders of Vantara.
So
together we'll fight the fight.
So
That's right.
my thing about Kamen Rider Zeztz that I do not like.
Oh, right, because you hate Zeztz. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Is there's no Furbus. You can't give me Master Rider and not give me Furbus.
Furbus
R.I.P. Vern
is
Troyer.
rotting away somewhere here in Burbank, actually, right now.
No,
In
seriously.
I mean,
someone's
Angel Grove.
square.
We're in Angel Grove.
Troyer.
Yeah, in Angel Grove. Yeah, you're right.
The ghost.
No, I'm also really behind on Zeztz as well.
We are caught up.
I got as far as episode 6 of Zeztz.
Okay,
So we're around
the same place.
Yeah, we're
missing because I just kept missing the simulcast and.
Well, luckily for you, it's available on YouTube whenever.
For free.
For free.
Yeah, they heard the complaints of people being like, I don't want to have to schedule my entire weekend around
Around clicking a YouTube video?
Yeah.
No,
was like
the original schedule was insane.
Yeah.
And even as someone who like
Oh yeah, they pivoted that real quick.
Yeah.
I knew they were gonna pivot.
I
Come
tried
on.
so hard to keep up. I did a pretty good job of keeping up with it, but then I just was scheduled to work at the same time as the live stream.
as someone who defended the original schedule, because I'm like, guys, we have it officially. Let's not complain about this one caveat.
Right.
Looking back 15 weeks now, that shit was insane.
Yeah.
Like they expected people to either
And I
catch up
feel
at this
like
certain
they
time.
knew.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
a point. It's crazy because I lament the death of appointment television of 8/7 Central.
Yep.
But at the there were reruns, and it wasn't the reruns were not easy to get to for Zeztz either.
The difference between that is Zeztz, it was it would start at 7 p.m. on Friday or something like that. Saturday? Yeah, even worse. I'm home Fridays. So at 7 p.m. on Saturdays, and then live, and then after that, it just plays nonstop, right? But it's okay, cool. I can't click at 7:30 because I'm already 10 minutes in because it's 22 minutes long or whatever.
And it's live, so you can't rewind
Yeah,
either.
so now it's 8 p.m. I was like, hey, what? You have to do the math. At what time do I hit
What
play?
time do I hop into this live stream before I stop getting spoiled?
And the part about the first 2 episodes is they didn't have a buffer between the 2 episodes.
yeah, no.
They didn't have the a title screen or anything. It just went into the
Yeah,
next
just-
one
it
automatically.
just automatically.
So even if I'm scrubbing back to figure out where the episode starts, there's no indicator of all right, we're in between here. I can start here.
So stressful, and that was probably one of the reasons why I got kind of pushed away from it because I was like, I should not feel this stressed to watch a Japanese children's television show. Yeah. Now it's a little easier, but I kind of I talked about this at length. I was so in love with Kamen Rider Gav as a show that everything else just doesn't feel as fun. Like I wasn't having fun with Zeztz. I was like, why am I going to stress myself out to watch a show I'm not even having fun with? So I that's why I stopped. It's not that it's a bad show. I just wasn't having nearly as much fun.
I enjoyed what I saw of Zeztz before I fell off. It really did feel like I got the same vibe when 01 came out. It was like, oh, this is a new era. This is like they're really taking it into a new direction. Suits look great, and it's well acted. It's interesting. It's just it was just that scheduling issue, but I can catch up now.
As of this recording, we're in between episode 15 and 16 on that week break. Me and Will have watched every single one of them.
Yep.
I am in Jimmy's camp where I loved Gav, but I am also in the camp where I think Zeztz just keeps getting better and better and better. I was ready for Gav to end. No matter what anyone on the internet tells me, 50 episodes is more than enough for a television show.
I was ready for 50 more.
By 50, I am ready for it to end. Give me the next thing.
So, I love Gav so much that I would have been content with it finishing like the main story arc at episode 40. And now it just becomes a slice of life show
of them living
together. I love the characters that much. I didn't need the whole like Kamen Rider stuff.
Yeah,
that's how much I love the show. But no, I mean I will eventually go back to watching Zeztz. But I do want to ask you, if you didn't react to the show for content, would you keep watching, or would you have fallen off a while ago?
I would watch it live if I wasn't reacting.
Okay,
because the way I react is I watch it Monday with everybody, whatever, but it airs live on Saturday. I am at the point where I'm like, I want to watch it as soon as it comes out.
Yeah.
I think it's that good. I think it keeps getting better. I love how expansive the cast is, and at this point, I care about something from each of the characters.
Yeah.
Which is, I have that in Gav, but there's 5 people in Gav, tops, on any given episode, whereas there's like 7-8 main characters that we're following. And I'm like, Fujimi the detective has quickly become one of my favorite characters. He has a moment with Nox in this past episode, finally, that like I was like beating my chest on. I was like, give me more of that because I care about this dude's story.
Yeah.
The sister Minami, the last 3 episodes has shined, has been the star of the last 3 episodes.
Okay.
Because of, not to spoil it too much, because of her confronting Zero.
Right.
And so I'm like really in tune with these people outside of the main, 2 writers that we have right now. And I want to see more of them, but I also love Baku and his story and what's happening with Code there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think this is the first one in a long time that I was like, I want to watch it as soon as it comes out.
Okay.
And it's to the point where I feel like reacting is a detriment to me.
Okay, that makes me glad because I know you and I have had conversations in private about other Toku shows that you've been watching. Gozyuger specifically, going back to that.
I would have dropped Gozyuger probably 10 episodes ago.
Had you not been reacting to it.
Yeah, had it not been my job, yes.
Yeah, okay, that's why I asked, because I know
I just watch it out of spite.
Even before we had this conversation earlier, we've had several conversations like in the past, and you had told me like, yeah, I would have had I not reacted to it, I would have dropped it a long time ago, which is why I asked. So I do eventually plan on picking Zeztz back up. Watching the Gav movie kind of filled a hole that in my heart that I didn't know I had.
Yeah.
So now maybe I'm ready to fall in love with these characters, because maybe that's why I was shielded
You got
up.
your proper ending.
Yeah,
your
you have
proper
closure
conclusion.
now.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, because I mean, I don't want to spoil Gav, but like there was something towards the end that it left something there that I was.
I
like,
mean, there's always like that weird period of time in transition with like, especially with Sentai and Rider, where it's like it feels like you're not my real dad for like at least like the first month, because you're just like the other show just ended.
Yeah.
It's not like regular TV where it's like you get some time to like process. It's like, okay, this is
done. It's 1 week. Yeah, 1 week you had this guy, and this next week you are now with this other
Your
guy.
mom's dating someone new.
Yeah, it's just like, Mom
is around
again.
Every year, new dude.
Every year.
I just got my final form of this guy. My past dad.
I just personally, I haven't been as big a fan of Kamen Rider overall compared to other Toku stuff. It's good, it's fine. It's just not always my cup of tea. There are a few like I do remember. So I remember 2023, January 2023. I promised myself I am going to sit down and I'm going to watch Kamen Rider Ryuki from start to finish, and I finished it earlier this year. I
Congratulations.
finished the entirety of Kamen Rider.
Congratulations.
It's like literally me watching Mega Ranger. It took me like 5 years to watch that damn show.
But I did it, and yeah, it's not even like a dislike thing. I can't.
No.
There's not even like. There's a few Kamen Rider series that I've looked at. And
There's
like,
just some Toku series where it's just like you can't get into it. Like you can't like dive completely into it. It's like, okay, I can be here for like 5 episodes, but then I gotta go do like a million other things. I'll be
Yeah.
back to you eventually.
Like I have seen it is shocking. I've seen more Metal Heroes series in their entirety than I have a lot of Kamen Rider, and those aren't even easy to find compared to a lot of Kamen Rider stuff that's out there.
You're doing a lot more work there.
Yeah.
I mean,
I like the metal, and that's why I'm like, excited about Gavin because I do like
at
Metal
least
Heroes.
with Kamen Rider, you have Geats on YouTube.
Yeah.
You can watch Zeztz on YouTube as well.
Mm-hmm.
You can watch 01 on
Yeah.
Tokusatsu.
And you can
It's on
watch
YouTube, too.
Ryuki.
YouTube as well,
And
yeah.
on Tubi, a lot of them are on Tubi
Yeah, Ryuki,
too.
yeah.
Even OG Kamen Rider. OG Kamen Rider I have been liking just to because it's this 70s cheese and charm to it. That's actually been pretty interesting just to see where all the groundwork is laid for Rider. But it still feels just like yeah, it's a transforming hero show just like Sentai and Power Rangers, but so I kind of just the way I think about those three, like Rider, Sentai, and Power Rangers is like a family. Like I don't see any of these properties as in competition with each other, but it's like they're like siblings. So you have Kamen Rider first. Kamen Rider's the oldest sibling, you know, like so that's a groundwork, parents' favorite, and all that. Then you get Super Sentai a few years later. It's the little brother franchise. And you think that's it. It's a nice, happy family.
And surprise,
And then-
in 1993, they
well, no,
adopted
that's
a
what happened.
random
No.
American
Oh no,
kid.
the way I approach it is like mom and dad got divorced.
Oh.
Dad remarried an American, and now you have your
Now you have a
half American,
stepbrother.
half sibling who's like way younger than the older siblings.
they're just
More
always
popular.
fighting.
Trying to
and more
start
popular on
more
top
popular.
of that.
Trying to start their new family.
Exactly, and it's like,
And then-
and you don't want, and it's like, yeah, that's your little brother. You don't want to be mad at him, but you're just like, you broke up our family, but you are our family now. So it's like,
Has
This
great
analogy
taste
is
in
funny,
music.
going back to the beginning of the podcast when you said you like the little brother more too.
I do like the little brother more. Also, maybe that's the way. Maybe that's the. It could be a lot of projection there.
You don't
because-
like the old family. You like the
That's-
new family.
So like there could be some projection there because just like remember Archie guys. That's kind of how it is with me. Like I have 2 older half brothers.
Are you the Power Rangers of your family?
I am the Power Rangers, and my older brothers are the Kamen Rider and Super Sentai.
Just because I'm not too sure how we are on time, but do you guys want to talk about the predictions that we have for?
Real quick, I want to know what Will thinks
Yes.
of Zeztz.
Yes, we think
Zeztz, I really like Zeztz. Yeah, I feel like it's part of the detriment of having so many episodes for Rider and Sentai every year is there's very big opportunities for them to drag things out way longer than they need to. They've done it many times in Gozyuger, but Zeztz has done a very good job of like keeping pace and like not dragging things out longer than they need to.
A little too good sometimes.
Right.
With Nox
Like,
Knight.
right. Well, because like, yeah, Nox Knight is kind of annoying because like I feel like he should have been Nox Knight a little bit longer than
Yep.
an episode, but whatever. But as far as like his sister, right, like finding out about Zero and all this stuff, I thought they were going to be dragging that shit out till at least like episode 20. And then so now that we're like not even at episode 15 yet, and they're already like, okay, she knows about everything. Good. And it's just like, I like when there's communication. I hate when there are characters on the show and there's like weeks that go by and like they haven't had a conversation.
Yeah.
That like very easily could have happened. Like there's been many opportunities for a simple conversation to have happened to avoid all kinds of weird mix-ups. So like Zeztz has been doing a really good job of having those conversations, having those confrontations, and just building off of those. Because it's like, okay, cool. Because now that you have all these different things happening, you can expand on everything else more. Because you're not like just focusing on keeping this stupid secret a secret for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
You know.
Gav did that really well. So I'm glad we didn't go from that, like people talking week to week, to just completely Fies style. Nobody uses their cell phone to call each other.
Right,
and stuff.
yeah. I wear my cell phone on my belt. Let me never use
And
it.
for no other
Yeah.
I call 555. That's it.
Just myself.
My
every
cell
single
phone is
time.
my belt.
Yes. The one problem I have with Zeztz is I think a overall problem I have with the Reiwa era in total in Rider is that every idea, every suit, everything creatively, I feel like is something old with just a crown scribbled over it. Like you can take, the Gav suit, for example. I've always said this. The Gav suit is the 01 suit that somebody took a crown and, made another suit on top of.
Right.
And you can see that there. The Cake King being, Blade King form.
Yeah.
Everything in Zeztz, from the tropes and everything, feels like something else that I've seen before. And I'm like waiting in Reiwa Rider to get something new.
Yeah.
Geats
That's
being
fair.
Ryuki, Gav, people called Gav, like New Age build and stuff. Zeztz is starting to feel like that with a lot of stuff. Nazuma Plasma just introduced that's Revice's Thundergale form. And it just feels so... Or it's Revice Thundergale form plus boost from Geats. Because the booster one has the exhaust pipes on it.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning about the boost thing. I wasn't
Yeah.
aware about the Revice thing because I haven't seen Revice either.
So it's not even just kitboshes. It's like the ideas of things, the
Yeah.
tropes of things. I think I said earlier on in the year that Zeztz wasn't going to be like totally geared towards Americans. I was fucking wrong. It absolutely is. It
Yeah.
is shot and paced very American, like
I
an
think-
American show.
I think like Heisei Rider, like their whole thing was finding their identity in like the gimmicks, right?
Yes.
As the years went on, they were just like, oh, the kids actually like a gimmick, so let's start implementing that. So once we got to the second half of it, after a decade really, they were just like, all right, double down on gimmicks. We really like that. And then now they're in the Reiwa era, and they're just like, all right, we want this to be a little bit different than Heisei, but they haven't really figured out how they want to make it different yet. I feel like narratively is probably where they're like kind of moving towards. That's kind of like where they're trying to find their footing, because I feel like narratively a lot of these shows have probably been some of the stronger ones that writers had, because I think there were like many years back to back during Heisei where there were just like shows where people could just be like, I fell off for like a year or two. I haven't really decided to come back to it yet. And even when they did, it's like it felt kind of samey, especially like I want to say particularly like Double through Wizard, because they found like a really good formula and they're just like, let's keep doing that.
Those all feel like they go together.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah.
Like, you
A
have
lot
to
of them
watch
follow
back to
like
back
if
to
you
back.
if you look at if you watch them back to back, a lot of the story beats kind of line up with each other. And so I feel like with Reiwa, they're trying to figure out, okay, I think we want to focus on more narrative structure for this era of Kamen Rider. So they're like focusing on like making a better story overall. And I feel like that's what we're seeing. Like it's not so much about the gimmicks, and like I like the gimmicks. The gimmicks are cool, but I do notice they're just kind of there. There's not really as much build up to these forms as like there has been in the past.
Yeah, I think I guess this is more. It could be like a towards the end of Heisei thing, but something that just sticks out to me of Reiwa is these writer series do feel a bit more like fully formed Sentai by the like much earlier in the series than it would have been like, of course, way back Showa Rider. It's all a solo hero. And then eventually they started adding, like, there was another writer or maybe an evil writer. But by Heisei, you still kind of have that, but then you got Ryuki introducing the 13 writers concept. And then you have, like, through the rest of the Heisei, you just get forms. Now, you'll just have, like, a whole fleet of writers. You'll have, like, 3-4 writers, like, pretty early on in Reiwa. And that, to me, again, just like someone who's not the biggest writer fan, but just, like, to me, that does seem to be the biggest marker of Reiwa is just having a full team ready to go, because we did it with not Blade, Sword, Kamen Rider Sword
Saber.
Saber. To say Kamen Rider Saber, and
X-Aid is not right.
X-Aid, no, not the one I was thinking of.
Geats.
He had the sparkly teal suit with the goggles.
Gotchard.
Gotchard. Thank you, dear. Thank you. Yeah.
That's Huck's favorite.
Gotchard.
It's
I
so
do think
sparkly.
I think on that base, like the gimmicks were what they were focused on. Especially, I'll count Neo Heisei as like my GOAT timeline of writers. Neo Heisei, I can't look at any one of those writers, design-wise, thematically wise, and go, this is that writer. Whereas Reiwa, I can do it over and over again because I think Reiwa is very much like, this is Ichigo. Have you met him?
Right.
This is
Here
Ichigo,
he is again.
but blue.
Yeah,
Have you
yeah.
met him?
Yeah.
This is Ichigo, but
yeah.
red. Over and over again. They're focusing on like, this is what Kamen Rider is over and over again. And I'm like, I am done with Ichigo homages at this point.
Right.
Like, please stop.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite Kamen Rider series is X-Aid
Thought you were
because
saying
it
Ichigo,
looks
just
so
made me mad.
different. No, Ichigo's cool. It has a classic design, but my favorite is X-Aid because it looks so different.
Yeah.
Because like it doesn't look like a Kamen Rider to a point where his belt has to remind you that he's a Kamen Rider. So.
But look at anyone from that time. You got Build, Geo,
Yeah, it really
Drive.
wasn't until
they
after
all
Geo.
look different.
I actually have seen Build. Not all of it, but I do just love Builds and his what's his the
Full
sparkling
bottoms,
that
yeah.
the
sparkling.
yeah, the sparkling one specifically. I'm just like, oh, that's like, oh my goodness, that just blows my mind of like what I do love about Tokus. Anything can be a changer.
Yeah.
Anything can be a weapon. It's like you just have to be creative.
I remember people calling him Pepsi Man.
Yeah. They still do.
So they gave him a soda can. Here's your Pepsi Man.
Yeah.
Speaking of creative, I asked everybody to come with some predictions
Yes.
for Tokusatsu for next year.
Yes,
And I have some.
I have a few.
Who wants to start on what you think you're going to see in 2026?
Okay, so earlier we talked about manifesting. So I'm manifesting a few things here. Do we each want to do one and then kind of keep?
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
well, we'll start with one and go around, and then we'll do more until we get all three if we have time.
Yeah.
So the one that I'm manifesting in 2026 is the 30-year anniversary of the Beetleborgs. Them to bring back Beetleborgs to some capacity. Likely comic version because I had a conversation with Ryan Parrott about this, and
Ryan Parrott is writing Beetleborgs comics in 2026. I am gonna flip my fucking shit.
well, he and I had a conversation about this at PMC last year, so it's still 2025 now. And I gave him like what I had in mind. He goes, "That's brilliant," and I'm not going to say it just in case it happens. And I think he looked excited about
But
it.
you heard it here first.
So if it happens,
Breaking news.
I may have put it in Ryan Parrott's head last year, and I'm manifesting it now for the 30th anniversary Beetleborgs comic.
I'm stamping that like a million times.
Hey, we got a
want-
VR Troopers comic.
No, if the VR Troopers can come back, so can the
Beetleborgs were
Beetleborgs.
much more
The
popular
next
than the VR
relaunch is
Troopers.
Power Rangers Prime 2, where the Beetleborgs
Beetleborgs,
are the bad
the
guys.
streets.
Yeah, written by Ryan the Streets. We'll work on the name.
BBB, the streets.
Big bad Beetleborgs.
Yeah. BBB. BBB.
BBM,
Yes.
Beetleborgs Metallics.
The streets.
The streets.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, that's something that I
Okay.
am predicting. I am manifesting, and hopefully it happens.
All right.
Will, you're up.
That's such a strong start. Mine was, I'll start out with a simple one. I think Gavin is going to get international simulcasting through Tokusatsu as well.
Ooh, I'm going to bet against it.
Really?
Yeah, because one of mine, I'll pick a different one. One of mine was that this Project Red doesn't, the next one does. I don't know why, but the fact that they retweeted the first time and it's been radio silence since then makes me feel like they're not quite ready yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
You guys wanna bet
maybe
20
it
bucks on
won't
that?
be like the same
You guys wanna bet
timeline
20 bucks?
as
I want you guys to shake it.
Well, my also my
Bet $20.
Shake.
It happens.
20
It doesn't happen.
All right.
my
kiss on it.
my other my other thing against that is I haven't seen this talked about a lot, but Zeztz is currently getting like 12,000 views an episode. And as someone who does YouTube, that is not enough money to keep, officially distributing this thing that you have to work on. You have to put official subs on and everything. Like, just to break it down, especially in like the better months, you're getting $5 per 1,000. In January, you're getting like $2 per 1,000. So they're not making a lot of money on this simulcast. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, just put it on YouTube for free with ads." Like that's what they did, and not a lot of people are watching it. Even the earlier episodes have like 60,000 views. The newer episodes only get topping out at maybe 30 to 11 is one of them. But like it feels like it's not going the way they wanted it to go. And so I think either they pull back completely, or with Project Red, they just go back to it next year.
Maybe.
Okay. All right, so you have yours. What's your first prediction?
So it's less a prediction, more just a fervent hope. So, new Power Rangers series is going to start filming in 2026. And just such an icon. And I know that the landscape of television, particularly because this is likely going to be streaming on Disney Plus, not broadcast anywhere. But with the landscape of television, you know, a very iconic part of Power Rangers is its music, specifically the theme songs. I really am really manifesting that this new Power Ranger series will have a theme song, even if it's just I'm so desperate, I'm so down bad, I will even settle for another remix of Go Go Power Rangers, as long as it's like theme song, credits, something that would force Disney to put the skip intro button on if they feel so inclined, because I'm so sick of TV shows just having title cards with the show's name on it. It's just so bankrupt, so just like lazy and boring to me. So 2026, we will get the first glimpse of the theme song when it's all announced at Power Morphicon this coming August.
Okay. All right, my next prediction / manifestation, we're gonna get a new release, an official release of Blu-ray of Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad.
He wants this so bad.
I told the
don't even know.
I told the president of Subaraya America at LA Comic Con.
This is true. This is completely true.
That we need more Gridmen in the USA. And he goes, yeah. I was like, yeah, of course. He goes, how would you do it? I was like, release Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad officially. And he thought about it. He goes, okay. So that's my next prediction.
Where are you finding all
Jimmy's
these people?
predictions are I made all this stuff happen.
It's just
No,
like,
my-
hey, so
I
I
just want
managed
these
to pin
things-
this guy down for a conversation.
You're not a dreamer, you're a doer.
You're right.
You're just making shit happen.
No, my next prediction will be something that I didn't talk to anybody about.
Yeah.
So.
For the record, I didn't believe Jimmy at all that this person was the CEO of Subaraya America.
I told him.
And then we saw some pamphlet or
feel-
something that was like,
I feel like
this
you pointed
dude.
him out to me, and I was just like, this is just a guy in a t-shirt.
It
What
was the white
fuck?
guy in the t-shirt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I looked on their website, and I'm just like, oh my god, that's the guy.
You know, CEOs don't live in their suits all
if
the
But
I
this
time.
is a Japanese
But-
company. He just said CEO. He didn't say CEO of Subaraya America.
Right.
He just said, I met the CEO of Subaraya.
It's
And
also
and
at
it was
it's
that
also
guy.
at
And I was
a
like, there's
comic
no shot it
convention,
was
which
that
is
guy.
like-
Yeah, it's called market research.
Yeah, clearly.
If I was a CEO at a comic book convention, I would also be in a t-shirt.
yeah, okay,
Yes.
fair point.
CEOs are people too. They wear t-shirts on occasion.
Yeah. So
Yeah, Will.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't respect CEOs enough.
I've also had conversations with Playmate staff at Comic Con in San Diego. So that's
That's his next prediction. Don't
That-
worry.
that's-
Will, what's your
that's-
second one?
My
in
se-
space toy.
My second one is kind of in line with something Colin already said. I think there's going to be a Disney Plus Power Ranger reboot show, suit reveal, teaser trailer of some kind by PMC. So whether
Maybe at PMC.
maybe even at PMC, because
Hopefully
like
at PMC,
that would
yes.
be cool. I feel like all this stuff always lines up when PMC is happening. That's easy marketing right there.
Yeah.
Someone please pay attention to
Yeah,
something
you have
Power
all,
Rangers
all
has.
your biggest fans in one place.
Literally, Power Rangers nerds congregating in one place.
Yeah.
You've got
like,
the actors
please.
to get excited for it too. You have people
Yeah.
who've worked on the show to like post about it and like
Yeah.
get
Yeah, just
the
have some,
conversation
even
going.
have some corporate presence. I don't care about the actors being there because they're probably still going to be busy like filming or doing whatever the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
But it's just like just have some sort of presence and like get something out by PMC. I feel
Yeah.
like that's
Even
reasonable.
if it's a booth,
Yeah.
just filled with like marketing materials.
Yeah.
Similar to the Kamen Rider booth at LA Comic Con, we had some just reps and here's a bunch of stuff on display and you can take pictures with it.
yeah.
Okay, one, it's not a big prediction, but I imagine for the time being, final Sentai handoff, you're going to have an entire room with all the suits, of all the red suits, and you're going to have Gavan just like walking past all of them, and every single red suit is just going to be looking past them or just like giving them a pat on the shoulder or something as he walks past.
It would piss people off so much if it's not a handoff and it's like the light turns off on Sentai and it's just Gavan shining
as
in the
Gavan
front.
is walking down the hall.
God.
Like you have like every row.
The internet would explode.
It's a large pan of like all the reds, like just on rafters, right?
Yep.
Gavin's looking at them, and he turns around, flips the light switch, and walks out the door.
Yeah.
And oh my God, the whole Tokusphere would explode, dude. It would be so funny.
Absolute cinema.
Because I've been thinking too, like, what's the handoff going to be? That's a big question.
I'm genuinely serious. I think that might be how they do it. Is just like you have all the suits, and they might look at him like it won't just be like on mannequins. But I don't think it'll be like the actual like thing. I think it'll be something more like Will said, just like as he walks past, it'll be just like some sort of final like. This is it. This is the end.
And then when it comes back from hiatus, it's the same clip, but he turns on the light first, and he walks backwards.
He moonwalks back.
They green screen the next Gavin in.
It ends like so. Lights are on, and it ends, and it's close up of Gavin like this. Behind him, Aka Red puts his hand on his shoulder with his helmet, and then the lights turn off, and it's just Gavin there. It's like, sorry, this is what you have to accept now. It's just this.
I'm your new dad.
The internet's in shambles.
I'm your new Sentai
There's
dad.
no like Sentai. It's not. Yeah, no,
Better yet, as he's walking out, just a match.
Burn it all down.
The mecha comes, squishes them all.
All right, what's your next prediction?
My
Hawk?
next one is also Project Red related. I think episode 1 ends with a cameo by Kenji Oba, original Gavin himself. I think he goes to Infinity goes to a dimension where he finds, he's not in suit or anything. He's not Gavin. He's just old guy who knows a lot and is wise for some reason and gives him some advice.
Oh, yeah.
So you're saying episode 1.
I think episode 1 has a Kenji Oba cameo at the end.
I know, I would bet the house that we are getting Kenji Oba cameo. I would have figured that'd be more a summer movie thing, but you're saying episode 1. Okay.
If there is one, do we get a 30-minute summer movie for this new gigantic project they're doing?
I would imagine.
But does it take the Sentai 30-minute spot, or does Rider get cut down and you get an hour?
Do they
for both?
actually make it a movie?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Question.
Do we get a summer special for
Right.
Project Red, or do we get a summer movie?
I think I would think that they would want to just like have a big push for it. So I would say maybe that'll be another prediction. We get a theatrical Project Red movie in 2026.
Okay. It's a big theory in my chat, by the way. I'm just sharing it here. It's a big theory in my chat that Gozyuger is intentionally bad so that people will like Project Red more. And I think that's the funniest thing
That would
ever.
be-
And at this point, especially after seeing the summer movie, I think it might be true.
I wouldn't
Could
put
be.
it past them.
It could be.
All right, my last prediction is that they will be removing Kamen Rider and Sentai from YouTube and adding it to Crunchyroll.
Ooh.
And having that live with anime.
Huh.
And
I'm full support.
and the reason I came up with this prediction is I talked to someone from Crunchyroll. I'm kidding. No,
I cornered Crunchyroll.
I cornered Crunchyroll. No,
Legacy of Jimmy right here.
No, yeah, exactly. No, when you mentioned it wasn't doing well on YouTube, I'm like, well, people don't go to YouTube to watch this kind of stuff, but they'll gladly go to a Crunchyroll, which is full of anime because it's anime successful. Like,
Yeah.
I think,
noticed.
yeah, right. I think if they put it in its own like section on Crunchyroll, I think it could be successful because people are already there and they're ready to read subs. Yeah. So, here's a Power Ranger like show. Let me watch this.
Yeah.
For the lulz, and then they realize, this is actually kind of good, and they keep watching it. So
Yeah, I think instead of being on YouTube where there's so much noise, you can watch Kamen Rider, you can watch Power Rangers, but you can also watch, Minecraft. You can also
Literally
watch a
anything
person
else.
doing
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
in the world.
Yeah.
We're putting it in this own contained thing where like people coming to this are already susceptible to be fans of this genre
Yeah.
or this style.
Yeah.
I have wondered why, and I know Crunchyroll's thing, but I have wondered why there hasn't been a bigger push to have Toku on Crunchyroll in the past, especially because we got the Futo PI series on Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
Season 2
Yeah,
of
that's
a Toku
still,
that's not available.
That still pisses me off that we don't have any official sub of Double, and we have Futopia that exists.
we also have the Eternal movie.
Oh yeah.
Official subs of the Eternal movie, which also aired at LA Comic-Con.
Yeah, just randomly.
Yeah.
It's just like okay.
No, I think that's a prediction. Is that they'll add Tokusatsu to Crunchyroll and make it more accessible. Because like when I go to YouTube, or even TikTok, especially TikTok, my attention span just kind of dies.
Yeah.
And I'm just switching from video to video. Yeah. Where I'm not paying attention half the time.
Yeah.
Where I'm just listening to someone read Reddit stories the entire time, versus if I go to a Crunchyroll or a Netflix or a whatever, I'm there to watch something.
You want to actively
Right, right, right.
participate
Yes.
in what you're watching.
So I think that's my prediction / manifestation.
All right. Last one I have is a Zeztz specific prediction. I'm predicting 3 more drivers / variants for the show.
Okay.
That's it.
Variants meaning 3 more Night Invoker.
I wanted to make sure I added variants because
Yeah.
I know how they operate. I got your number, fucking Bandai.
Well, what's funny is, so the 3 new agents that are in that thing, those are full belts. That's not like the Night Invoker cover.
Okay, well, 3 more
because
on top
they're
of them.
they're full price on Toku Collectibles. So they have the electronics and stuff in them.
Use code Hawkilles.
Yeah,
5% off.
5% off.
No,
Wait, is
sorry,
it
not
not-
5%
not
off.
5% off.
Not 5%
No,
off.
just use Hawkilles.
Just supports me.
support the channel.
My last prediction, again, Power Rangers related. Bryan Cranston will appear in some capacity in the Power Rangers reboot. Yep, he's gonna come back to that well. I'm calling it right
He's
now.
Tommy.
Something will call to him.
Something will get, like, I don't know, Bryan Cranston will just like have a double, like the Malcolm in the Middle reboot. I'm just thinking if he's going back to Disney Plus, he's gonna be on Disney Plus. He's gonna be in this Power Rangers reboot, and he'll be on the late night circuit.
There'll be another voice
He'll just
for
be like,
one
yeah,
of the monsters.
hey, if it's his voice or if he writes something, who knows? Just like
He's
Bryan.
gonna be one of the Rangers' dad
Yes, or grandpa.
or grandpa.
What if he's like playing the crazy grandpa of the new female Red Ranger we're definitely getting in this reboot?
Yes, definitely in this reboot.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I like that. I'm always open for more Bryan Cranston.
Oh, most definitely.
I have 3 that I'm debating between.
Well, give us the top.
The top one is the summer movie for Rider this year will be Reiwa Generations. And we'll get some sort of team up between not just the 2, but multiple of the Reiwa Riders. Hopefully all of them. I mean, there's 7, 8 at this point, counting Vice. Fingers crossed. Or the prediction is that the summer movie is based around Legend, and that's why it's a Reiwa Rider Generations movie.
That's a very different movie.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Damn.
Okay. All right, that might be it.
That is where we can wrap up the first new edition of Angel Grove Radio.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone who stayed this long.
Yeah, shout out to you guys if you
of
stayed
us.
this long.
Yeah.
I am Hawkilles. Follow me everywhere at Hawkilles, except for Instagram. There's an underscore at the end of that for some reason.
I am Jimmy Arias. You can find me as Jimmy is a Geek on everything. So no
No underscore.
no underscores.
I'm Will, and you can find me anywhere at Willie J. Co.
I'm Colin, and I can be found anywhere as Colin Vision, except for Instagram, where I am Colin.vision.
It's always Instagram. Instagram is the place that screws you the most.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have
Can't
my
relate. I dedicated branding when I was 16 and have not let go.
Haven't changed it.
Haven't
Must
changed
be
it
once,
back.
nice.
once I rebranded a few years ago, I got it on everything except for Facebook, but I don't use Facebook, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Facebook is dead.
All right, thank you
Dead by
guys
Sentai.
for watching this episode. We look forward to seeing you next month. Until then, may the power protect you.
Is that how we're ending?
Okay, fine. You give us another ending.
We gotta workshop the ending.
We gotta workshop
but that's
the ending.
fine. Yeah, we'll see you guys next time.